I think I definitely took a step forward, tonight of just the commitment that I made to myself and my teammates, just being there, like you said, every single night on the offensive and defensive end. I do got some things I got to work on, obviously. Gambled a couple times that didn't need to, but at the end of the day, I think I did enough for us to get the win tonight, so I was happy.
Adam, both kind of in the weight room in the offseason and just mentality-wise, how much is rebounding kind of a key thing for you this season?
Yeah, last year I just took notes on Nico, what he did, and I'm trying to fill a role because we definitely had a lack of rebounding last year. I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but we weren't too good on the defensive rebounding. And in the offseason, like you were saying, just hitting the weight room and mentality, just get the board, get the board, get the board. Plus, when Kawhi Leonard said board man gets paid, I really wanted to say that. So that was cool. But, yeah.
How much, you're only a sophomore who played a lot of games, senior. How much do you guys, especially for the young guys, want to take dominate, let them kind of get their feet wet so they don't have to do too much? Is that kind of a big thing early in the season for you guys to really kind of lead them?
I think as a returners, it's definitely a responsibility that we have, to carry the team, to carry the majority of the load. But we have some talented freshmen, and they're going to be able to play, and they're going to do some great things for our team this year. So, they're going to take it game by game, and obviously Zay is starting, so we have to rely on him to make a lot of plays for us this year too. So they'll be ready when they're ready to step up and make big plays.
Having 4 of the 5 returning players all go for double digits, what kind of comfort level does that bring when you know, okay, we have all this, turnover, but we still have this backbone here?
It's on you.
Yeah,
It's on you.
I think tonight it was good to see the starters, play well, and it's kind of like going off him from a leadership aspect and showing the young guys like everyone's here for a reason. Like they're good enough to play, and just keeping them focused on the game and getting them experience.
Shooting was a bit streaky early on, then you guys kind of got into a rhythm down the stretch. Is that kind of just a product of it being a first game of the season? Does it feel good to get that rust off?
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe early, a lot of adrenaline going. That's expected. But yeah, just getting the rust off and getting back into the flow of things.
Was it hard for you guys not to kind of overlook this game with such a big one coming out this weekend?
No, not at all. First game, we're not going to overlook any opponent. First game, they could have came in this building and got on our tails quick. So, we came out with the right mentality, I believe, to be aggressive and get the lead early and stick with it.
A win's a win, but what's the biggest area to work on moving forward?
I think we have to do a better job of rebounding the ball. Still, we can't rely on Nico all the time. Like tonight, he didn't have his best, even though it was another 10-rebound game. But you know how he is. So everybody has to contribute. We're going to play bigger teams, more aggressive teams. They're going to have guys who are really aggressive. So that's just one thing that we have to really work on.
Yeah, and kind of off the rebounding, being more physical with teams. Obviously, Duke, they're going to be big, physical, strong. So we gotta step up our game a little bit on that.
What are the coaches telling you about this Duke game as far as just keeping the right mindset and not letting one game seem too big, especially game 2 at 30?
To be honest, the first time we've even talked about Duke was after the game. We're going to watch film tomorrow on this game and focus 100% on them coming up on Friday.
We're going to enjoy the win tonight.
Yep.
How does it feel grabbing your first win of the season, first game?
Feels good. It feels great. Great momentum. Great momentum going into the next game, and that's all we can do. We can take it one game at a time, and this is what the expectation is for us to win. So, this is what we're going to be planning on doing.
Opening statement?
I'll make
Whatever you want to do.
I would say, hey, the biggest thing is hey, we found a way to win here today, and we knew it would be a competitive game. DU would come in and play hard. I thought our guys earned victory. It wasn't pretty, which, that doesn't surprise. There's the good, the bad, the ugly, but we found a way to do that and come out with a win. And we had to face a little bit of adversity here today, right? We had, and this, you got to give a lot of credit to DU, but, it's learning how to focus in those situations. We had a lead, at the end of the first half. with about 4 minutes to go, pretty healthy lead, and I thought we didn't do a great job closing out the half at all. We kind of had a chance to really, I don't want to say let them back in the game, but we did. And then we had a game on our hands, and then every time, we had it at 12 or half 14, we just could not string 2 or 3 plays together to kind of get over the hump. And the other thing that stood out, though, to me today was, and I hate to even compare it to last year, but, we're a little clunky on offense right now. Last year, that would have affected our defensive intensity, and I thought today, even when we did not let frustration on offense affect us playing hard on that end, I thought we kept playing hard on that end. And even though we got a long ways to go, to me, that's growth.
Seemed like every time DU kind of had one of those little runs to start throwing you guys, it was one of Chris, Hyro, Adam, one of those kind of more veteran guys that, especially early in the season.
For sure. I thought, yeah, you're right. The 2 other seniors I thought really came up big for us when we needed them, in that run. And Hiron was really good. Chris was really good. I thought Adam played really well. And that was awesome to see, that way. And that's what we're going to need, The young guys are going to be great, but they've got to get experience. You come out and, the thing that's challenging about these games, too, is you really don't have any film. They play exhibition, so you really don't know what to expect. You're kind of going the unknown, and they guard a ball screen different than you've practiced, offensively. They put it in action that's maybe difficult for the young guys, something you weren't able to scout and go over. But I thought those guys worked through those things pretty well for the most part, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity to grow.
Is it a good thing, particularly for those young guys, that they did have to deal with that adversity right off the bat? And how do you feel like some of those guys responded?
I think so. I think that's great. I mean, that's the season. You say adversity, we'll face a lot more than this, you know what I mean, going on. But I think that's great, Teams are going to come in. Basketball can be a game of runs. Shots aren't always going to go in. Things aren't always going to go your way. You might get a, frustrating foul call on you. I mean, you name it, And so you got to play through all those things and just focus on the next play. And so I think it's great for us to go through that.
Ball wasn't there all night tonight. Did you like the shot selection, though? And was there maybe just some rough?
I think for the most part, I liked a lot of them. I mean, I thought there's maybe a couple times where, we probably could have drove a closeout again. I thought they struggled to guard the ball a little bit. But gosh, it's so hard, and we'll grow that way as a team. But man, if you're stepping in 1-2 in rhythm, and look at not just that, but look at analytics of basketball. I mean, you're shooting 1-2 step in open threes. I mean, it's hard to tell your guys to just turn those down. And sometimes when you turn those down and you dribble into traffic, something bad happens, And so there's a fine line between that, and we got to shoot the ball with confidence.
Having 4 or 5 returning players go for double digits, I mean, how much leeway does that give some of the younger guys to make some small mistakes because you have that backbone there?
Well, whether they have leeway or not, they're going to make them. But they're going to play through mistakes. They just got to keep playing hard, and they do. And they're going to learn. I say it all the time, there's only one way to get experience, and that's to get experience. They got to go through it, and they're going to face a lot of different things here early on in their career that they haven't seen, but they're going to be just fine. I'm so excited about those guys, and every night's going to be a different guy, and I'll promise you this, there's going to be games that come on where some of these young guys are going to have some games now. That's the way it goes. And so, but I thought a lot of those guys still did make key plays tonight that helped us.
Nico, obviously frustrated at times, still ends up with a stat line that most guys would love. Has he grown in his ability to kind of play through some of the, whether it's fouls or whatever type of frustration?
I think so. He got that tough whistle right away, right? Like the first play of the game. And, sometimes when he gets an early foul call or two, it makes him a little tentative, that way. And, has to play through that. But Nico's going to be fine, and it was good today to other guys kind of stepped up that way. And he just could never get into a real rhythm. And they played him really physical, and they crowded the lane. They left, guys open on the perimeter. And, we're going to have to knock down some more shots.
Kind of a flawed statistic for one game, but Hiron Edwards plus 19 tonight. It seemed like when he was on the floor,
He was good.
It just flowed. It seemed like they were able to get out in rhythm a little bit more, the fast breaks and stuff like that.
I agree with that, and I thought the other thing that he started doing is, he started in that mid, ball screen in the middle in the street there for us. I thought he did a really good job then of starting to attack and get downhill, and he just looked a little bit more comfortable, doing that. And so I thought he got fouled a bunch, got into the lane, kind of got aggressive, and played really, really hard on the defensive end. sometimes we just gamble too much, though. Man, I thought there were times, we got that shot clock down and we just kind of gambled as opposed to staying solid. But Hiram was really good. He's been good in practice, and I like him coming off the bench that way because he's a senior that comes in and, he can bring us some stability. Oftentimes he's going to be in the game with younger players, and I think that's good.
Having those subtle mistakes when you are having that aggression, is that just something you're, okay with living with as long as you have them giving you tests?
I mean, but you got to grow. You're going to make mistakes, but we got to grow. I mean, we have to keep getting better and learn from that. And I just thought there were times tonight too where again we've got the game, 12 points, and Denver wasn't going to go away, and that's when you just gotta be solid, right? You got to find a way to not gamble. Don't give them an open shot. Come up with that rebound. And just, we were a couple possessions away from having a chance to break it open. And again, I want to give DU credit for hanging tough because I thought they played really hard and played physical.
11 guys scored in the exhibition, 9 tonight. Is this theme of depth and kind of point distribution something you feel like we'll see all season?
I hope so. You know what I mean? I hope so. And there'll be times when it's different guys on different nights, and I think that's a good thing too for us. But I'm excited about this group. We've got a long ways to go, but if they just keep doing what they're doing every day in practice and growth, they're gonna get better. And our schedule in the non-conference is gonna challenge us without question.
What's your message to the team moving forward this week? Obviously, you have a big road game coming up on Friday, massive opponent.
That's pretty big, yeah. Just to we'll do what we do. We'll come in tomorrow and we'll watch some film on this game and we'll try to figure out what we can learn from it. And then we usually start with our opponent's personnel. So we'll probably start maybe talking about Duke. And as soon as we walk out of the film room tomorrow, the DU game's over and we'll turn all of our attention to Duke and figure out how we can get better and, how we can put together a game plan to try to guard them and run offense. And we're going to have to take care of the ball and move on and find a way to meet the challenge on Friday. That's what you sign up for when you do this, and that's what we got to do.
On a lot of possessions, it seemed like everyone was kind of touching the ball before a shot went up. Is ball movement something you emphasize?
I mean, huge. I mean, I've always done that as a coach. I mean, that's been a huge deal. And we got a little ways to go on that. I mean, I think the guys are buying into it. We're still not quite where I want it to be. But, yeah, I mean, I like an offense where, the ball is moving and great ball movement and spacing and sharing it leads to open shots for everybody. And what I think really good offensive teams do is they help each other get shots. And this team's going to get better on that end because I think they've got the right mentality there. And, some of that too is us. We've got to figure out as coaches, maybe we're doing too much. Do we pare it back? Are we doing the right things? And that's going to take a little bit of time. But quite frankly, a lot of it's just execution, just things that, they have to see maybe few different defenses and we'll be fine.